And we're back. Hello, everyone. Hello. Did I silence the hills today? No, but we are currently in the Toluca prison. So that's always exciting. Got the upper floor key. How you doing today, Tenny? What's the Toluca prison? Is that some kind of sexual position? I don't think so. It's Toluca, like Toluca. Toluca. It's on Toluca Lake. Or under Toluca Lake. I'm not 100% certain given the geography of this place. Here's the chapel. One of those lying figures fell down there and died earlier. Well, it more died because I came over and beat it with my pipe, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so that's... Excuse me, I can see you! The fuck was that? Prison in the Lake? What is this? Avatar: The Last Airbender? Maybe. Like I said, I don't actually know the location or geography of it. I just know that, is this Lake Laogi? I don't know. I've never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, so... One day. One day. I'm still watching through all of Pokemon. I'm in Ash's second last season? Or last season? I don't recall. Okay, we're up at the warden's office, though. Well, that was reassuring. Seems like the kind of place a mannequin would hide, though. This would be a very different game if it was an Avatar game. Do they have an Avatar? They gotta have an Avatar game, though, right? Like, that is a thing that exists? Fucking Spider-Man again. You bet James would be a poop bender? Nah, hole bender. There's tons of Avatar games and they're all bad. Oh, okay. Alright. I did it. I got the lightweight. Sick. Oh, fucker, thought he was clever. He wasn't. Most of them are shameless money grabs. Although now you're thinking about it, an Avatar MMO could work really well. Of course, nobody would want to sink that kind of money into it. Yeah, it's a sad thing is we won't get cool things because they're not guaranteed to make money, so... There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, so that is going to open up the dump. I'm just going to save over the file we just made, actually. Just goes. Okay, so that should open up the headless, no, the wingless dove door there. Okay. That one caught out in the open. Alright, so what section is this? Oh, I know what this is. Alright, so this is... There's actually one section in the game I hate more than all of this. But we'll get to it in a sec. This is the F level of the prison, though. But there's one section of the game I hate more than the prison, and I'll talk about it when I get there. Again, it's not necessarily a bad section, it's just nerve-wracking and super fucking annoying. Alright, let's check all the prison cells along this wall. And then we'll come back and check the center area.
Huh.
Okay. This room doesn't look like it has a floor. At least not from the lighting. Oh, okay. As I walk on by, will you call my name? Oh, there's a weight in there. I said, nah, 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 nah. Bitch! Dude, this room sucks. Imagine being like, hey, you get to go spend the day in the spike room, have fun. Oh. Someone got to come in here and make art, though. Look at that. They're flying. Woman in flight. $436 people at a recital. Burning Man. Usually at Burning Man, you burn down like a giant wicker man, guys, not like building. That's probably the prison, actually. Although, you know what? That could actually be Toluca Hotel. That could be Toluca Hotel, actually. Especially since I think Toluca Hotel did go on, get on fire. Look, I'm not super duper into Silent Hill. I like the games, I like the series, I like most things about them, but I don't go and learn everything I can about the lore the way Windtrig does. It's a good series, it's a fun series, but it's not my favorite. The woman is Windtrig. mannequins. Mannequins are like me walking into a situation like, oh shit, there's James. Like, remember when I walked and ran around a corner and a mannequin jumped out and punched the crap out of me earlier in the game? I say remember the time, but it probably happened more than once. Anyway, the mannequins in this game right now are acting like that. They just come strolling by and they're like, oh shit, hang on. And then I shoot them. Alright, let's go into F10. F10 has a ladder in it, so I don't know if I want to actually be in here quite yet. This is a lockbox in it. Why does this cell have a lock? Like a lockbox? Yeah, we can climb up there, but I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to explore some more. If Silent Hill had a Camp Drybone, you'd be more interested in learning about that lore. I mean, the closest we got is to Camp Drybone is Toluca Prison, Toluca Prison Camp. Bitch. Thought he could hide around that corner, but I saw its knee. Its lower knee. Because these things have lower and upper knees. Oh, that's right, there's a health drink in here. I'm surprised they didn't have any, like, fucking mannequins fall from the ceiling and try to kill me. Oh, I hear something. I heard something. Mm-hmm. Knocked flat on its face. What? You see that one? That was just standing in the middle of the hallway. You can't see me. What, you think you're Drax? Oh, the seal of Metatron's on the wall there. So in this prison, in the original game, you could hear that voice that you just heard. There's no real explanation for it that I know about. I don't think it has any tie to the game, but it definitely seems to have ties to the cult of Silent Hill, which is a big plot line in the first and third game, less so in this one. Although, that's not to say that it doesn't have plot relevance in this either. Due to recent acts of inmate violence, prisoner D239 has been transferred to the solitary confinement cell F6. F6 is the one with the weight. You can't open F7. Open F5 as well, why not? Okay, F5 is the big one up here. Yeah, we can just go into the spike room. The lightest weight. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't let them take you, and now you're here. And now you're still there, aren't you? Well, that was weird. Where is this? Oh, okay, that's where that is. Okay. I guess we gotta head all the way back to the scales, and that'll be it. Oh. I don't remember killing this many things in here, but, you know, maybe I did. Was it always raining out here? So, Tenny, this area has an interesting thing in it. Huh. Execution lever. Anyway, let's see if I can still hear it. It may not happen anymore. Yeah, it sounds like it doesn't happen anymore. When you first got into this area, though, there was a horse that you could hear clip-clopping around. You can never find the horse. Pull ye but once on a rope frayed end. Choose the one justified from among the damned. Seek out their tales, think upon each sin, or let blind fate choose. Let the judgment begin. Okay. This one says, for your grace I do not plead, for the flames I did set free. Sisters shrieked and children cried. No one made it out alive. Alright, so we gotta match one of these down here with that. You were oh so kind to me, filled my heart with joy and glee. In the end, it was for naught. Why, oh why, you ask? Why not? I watched them burn, I heard them cry. I felt the soothing warmth inside. It felt so good, I cannot lie, and for my bliss, they had to die. Okay, well, therapy shit. Alright. The wealth of others I did take, the seventh statue I did break, and yet my deeds I don't regret. I had my reasons, that is that. I departed with great haste, leaving not a single trace, ever faithful to my creed. All is right, which feeds my greed. Okay, that could be it. Forgive me, child, for I failed to save you from her wretched ways. For she whom I loved, who gave you life, a monster hiding in plain sight. What were those reasons, you might ask? The truth allow me to unmask. I see, I crave, I need, I take. 'Tis all the sense it needs to make. Okay. That one has to be it. Alright. I took the child, you are quite right. Carried her off into the night. She did not scream, she did not bawl. I was her father, after all. In truth, he was less than man than beast, and on my flesh and soul he'd feast. My will to live he'd try to break. There is so much a man can take. I would say this one probably goes here. Alright. Once the sun has ceased its rain, I cut through the rusty chain. I pushed the door and snuck within, filled my pockets to the brim. Okay, it's gotta be this one. Mommy dearest, mommy sweet, your love for me was so deep. Why, oh why, you shout, when my knife pierced through your heart? I waited long, I bid my time, I waited to commit my crime. The man appeared, he saw me not, a bloody end is what he got. In truth, he was less man than beast, and on my flesh and soul he'd feast. My will to live he'd try to break, there is so much a man can take. Okay, so we'll read them all. For your grace I do not plead, for the flames I did set free. Sisters shrieked and children cried, no one made it out alive. I watched them burn, I heard them cry, I felt a soothing warmth inside. It felt so good, I cannot lie, and for my bliss they had to die. The wealth of others I did take, the seventh statute I did break, and yet my deeds I don't regret. I had my reasons, that is that. What were those reasons, you might ask? The truth allow me to unmask. I see, I crave, I need, I take. 'Tis all the sense it needs to make. I took the child, you are quite right, carried her off into the night. She did not scream, she did not bawl, I was her father after all. Forgive me, child, for I have failed to save you from her wretched ways. She whom I loved, who gave you life, a monster hiding in plain sight. Once the sun has ceased its rain, I cut through the rusty chain, pushed the door and snuck within, filled my pockets to the brim. I departed with great haste, leaving not a single trace. Ever faithful to my creed, all is right which feeds my greed. Mommy dearest, mommy sweet, your love for me was so deep. Why, oh why, you shouted out, when my knife pierced through your heart. You were, oh so kind to me, filled my heart with joy and glee. In the end, it was for naught. Why, oh why, you ask? Why not? I waited long, I bid my time, I waited to commit my crime. The man appeared, he saw me not, a bloody end is what he got. In truth, he was less man than beast, and on my flesh and soul he'd feast. My will to live he'd try to break, there is so much a man can take. Alright, there you go. So now, we gotta decide. Okay, so, pull ye once on a rope frayed end. Choose the one justified from among the damned. Justified among the damned. Okay. Well, I would say this dude for taking his child if the mother was so bad. This one here, they killed a bunch of people and burned a orphanage, it sounds like. So, you know, something. A convent. This dude stole for the sake of wanting to. So he's not really justified. This dude was just greedy. He's stealing, so... This person murdered someone just cuz. So this one here murdered someone. So this one here sounds like they murdered... It could have been self-defense, like the man was trying to kill them. So they killed them first. This one here just kidnapped his daughter. So I'm gonna say 3. So what you gotta do is pull the noose of the one you think was justified. So if the mother was really that bad, and he came back and took her, we'll say 3. I don't think there's an entirely right answer. I think it's up to you to decide, but I think it affects some things. Imagine if he hit his head on that as he fell. Alright, where are we now? You know what? I think this might be the hallway I jumped into before. Looks kind of like it. I don't got my map either. That's rude. It's locked. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Oh, look. Look, Tenny. It's James's favorite. Okay, so I know where this is. This is where I thought we were a moment ago. Oh, look. James. So this part kind of sucks in a way. It's not that bad, but it's not as bad as two of the other areas. Or as the Toluca prison. And it's not as bad as one of the areas after that. Okay. Here we... Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. There is one super cool thing coming up, actually. Alright. It's a good time to take our break, though, so we'll take our break, and we'll be right back with more Silent Hill 2.